Now, with all this said, what does a person need before they're ready to be coached? One, you need a stable home base from which to reach out into your environment. You need a nurturing environment. What do I mean by nurturing? When you come home from a day of putting out effort in the world, you need for the place you come to be enriching for you, restful. It needs to be your sanctuary from the world. At the very least, you need to come home to a place that does not add stress to your life. There are little things that you can do. One, if you're going to be making a big push to achieve goals outside of your home, but you're not really feeling that your home is enlivening or helpful to you, then what you can do is, as long as it's not adding stress, you can do little things to try and make home more appealing. Get yourself some treats that you normally wouldn't get because, say, of the expense or because they're um, fattening or whatever. And you don't want to have these around all the time necessarily. But while you are starting a coaching program, have some around because you want to have these as a reward for yourself for good behavior, for following through on the things that you said you would do. Now, don't use them as consolation for a day where you didn't achieve anything and you feel bad about it. If you find that happening, then the stuff needs to go away. Stuff needs to leave. Hopefully, we're all adult enough to be able to handle that. Next, talk to the people you care about. Everyone has someone, be it acquaintances, family members, loved ones. There's someone that you rely upon to some degree or another. Talk to them and make sure that you have their cooperation, even if only minimally, in what you're trying to achieve. They don't have to be on board with you. They just have to not be in your way. Does that make sense? Because that's a big one. A lot of times people will come to me and they will say, I feel like I'm just inches away from achieving goal number 2, but my wife, ah, she's just, she doesn't understand, she won't support me, and I just can't get past that. Whether this is an excuse or whether this is actually something where someone is physically intervening in your goals, you don't need it. Here's some of those price tags that we talked about earlier in this tape. Look at the people that are supposed to be part of your support system. Look at each one individually. Here's the hard part, and make a decision. Does this person contribute anything to your life? This is a hard thing to do. But as with alcoholics and drug abusers, when trying to recover, they have to remove themselves from environments that were harmful to their recovery, and they need to stop seeing people that are harmful to them achieving what they need to achieve. Now, we're not talking about you setting a goal that you want to be an astronaut and cutting off anyone who says that that's not exactly a realistic goal. What you need to do is look at the people that in general are trying to keep you from making any progress in your life and figure out why. And initially, I know lots of you out there are going to say, I don't know why. Why would they treat me this way? Take some time and think about it. Think about your past with them. Think about where they are in their life. In the case of a lot of people, they may be your friend because they have similar problems to you. Now, if you take care of your problems, that begs the question of why can't they take care of theirs? And in many cases, it's easier for them to try and make sure that you don't succeed than it is for them to try and succeed themselves. So, back to this once again. We're looking at the individuals surrounding us and figuring out whether or not they contribute anything to our lives, or if in fact they are detrimental to what we're trying to achieve. There was something that was said by Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin Everything. And that's that one of the keys to his success is that he surrounded himself with people that he felt were as smart or smarter than himself. People that had things to contribute to his life and his goals. If you need to go out and make friends that will help you to achieve what you need to do, then you do that. Surround yourself with people that do what you want to do. At the very least, you can find out whether or not you are viewing the thing that you are looking at doing realistically, because these people are already doing it. They know the prices. They can tell you what it will cost you in order to succeed in this area. And if you're still determined to do it, they can show you what it will take to do it and possibly help you cut some corners on your road to it. So, recapping, we have a nurturing environment. We have a supportive group of people surrounding us. Do we have all of the necessary basics for survival and for comfort? that will be necessary in order for us to have that off of our mind and out of the way while we're reaching forward toward our goals. Every single person that is realistically looking at this video and thinking that they want to achieve some goals should be able to say yes to that. Now, I fully expect that everyone will have some work on the first or the second thing that I mentioned: nurturing environment and group of friends/family for support. Before we go to the next tape, if you're serious about achieving something, then you need to work on all three of these, making sure that you have these necessary building blocks in place before you attempt to reach further than you have before. I really hope some of you are with me when I go to the next tape. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'm Charles Trotter.